Teach Python, teach Python, can you teach Python? Please teach Python. Alright guys, I'm going to be finally teaching you guys Python, and I am not going to be teaching you guys the extreme advanced level Python. I am going to be teaching you guys the beginner level stuff because, well, I am a beginner myself, although I don't consider myself that level of beginner. I do know my foundations, my basics, so let's go ahead and learn Python. And guys, I won't be teaching you guys on how to install PyCharm or like an IDE slash integrated development environment for your this thing. You guys can watch a separate tutorial for that. I will be teaching you guys the content inside Python. So before we get started, what am I going to be teaching you guys? I'm going to be teaching you guys about print statements. This is the first part of it because, like, if you're new to Python, you guys need to learn about print statements. So without any further ado, let's get into my gameplay screen. Okay, so what is a print statement? Basically, a print statement is like a block of code that when you run that code, it displays that or shows that in your terminal. What is a terminal? If I like run the command, this is basically my terminal. You're going to be seeing the print statement here. How do we write a print statement? To write a print statement, go ahead and type print and then a pair of double quotes or single quotes. I'll use double quotes and type something like, I don't know, I love cats, exclamation. If I were to run the command, it is going to be printing I love cats. What if I went and added another print statement that says something like I love dogs, exclamation. If I run the command, it's going to say I love cats, I love dogs. Although, what if I didn't actually want to add I love another print statement for I love dogs here? To avoid that, there is like a built-in function. I could like add here I love cats inside the pair of double quotes. I'll go with a / new line, or is that called a / new line? And then maybe I go with a space and then type something else. Let me say I love dogs. If I were to run the command, it says I love cats, I love dogs, and maybe I don't have the space here. There we go. I love cats, I love dogs. So now you don't need to add 2 print statements, guys. And this is like the part 1 of like my teaching Python series. So I didn't move on to like collision logic and everything, all this intense stuff, guys. So this is like a basics, and the best way to get used to basics is by doing a lot of questions. So here's a quick, a quick practice or exercise for you guys. Alright, so these are our practice questions, guys. The question number 1 says write a print statement that says I love candies and I love Python in one-line code. Using which function, guys? You guys can say that in the comment section. Question 2 is write a print statement that says programming is fun. Okay, that's pretty easy. Question 3 says write a print statement that says the difference between a master and a novice is that a master has failed more times than a novice has tried. This was a pretty good motivational quote from the anime called, I forgot the anime name, Assassination Classroom, guys. It's pretty fun. Okay, write 6 print statements that says anything of your choice. Say it in the comments, guys. I am pretty curious to read what comments you guys say. Question 5, print decorations that includes emojis or symbol arts. Okay, I was going to type ASCII arts. It's the same thing. What this basically means is you guys could like go and Google, copy a few emojis and like make a print statement and like decorate your print statement. That said, I will be doing the questions with you. So for the first question says write a print statement that says I love candies and I love Python with one line. So I could start off by typing print. Okay, I'm going to be printing something, a pair of double quotes. I love candies and actually I love candies and I love Python in one line. Using which function? The / new line function. It says I love Python. Okay, there we go. That's perfect. If I were to run the command, it says I love candies, I love Python. So it's 2 different block of codes. So like I have a new line after my I love candies and I love Python. I wrote the whole thing in one line, in a one-line code. Next up, write a print statement that says programming is fun. This is pretty easy. I'll go with a print statement and say something like programming is fun, exclamation. I didn't add an exclamation here, guys, so I think no exclamation. If I were to run the command, it's gonna say programming is fun. Next up, let me go ahead and write a print statement that says the difference between a master and a novice is that a master has failed more times than a novice has tried. So let's go ahead and print the difference between, and guys, I forgot to say, I'm going to be typing print, a pair of parentheses, then a pair of double or single quotes, and then type the sentence. So the difference between a master and a novice is that a master has failed more times than a novice has tried. Okay, if I were to run the command, it's gonna say the difference between a master and a novice is that a master has failed more times than a novice has tried. Okay, perfect. With that said, let's see. The question number 4 says, write 6 print statements that says anything of your choice. Guys, these two are for you guys to do. And like something for like print decorations. What I mean by print decorations is like, you could like go ahead and type a print statement and then add a pair of quotes. I don't know, maybe go with a few hyphens. I don't know, type menu, 2 more hyphens. And then maybe I go with like an empty print statement or a couple of empty print statements. If I wanted to do that in one line, I could go with a /new lowercase n, maybe a space /new n, another new line. You guys get the gist of it. And then later, after these new lines, I could go with some more hyphens. If I run the command, there we go. That's like a kind of decoration of a menu or like a concession stand or like is it called a confession stand, guys? You guys can fact check me on that. A confession stand board or something. Maybe let me just remove a few these things. There we go. That could be called a decoration as well, guys. And if you guys actually wanted to write the print statements but you didn't want to use the /new line, there's another way to do it. You could go with a print pair of parentheses. That is basically called an empty print statement. If I want to write 3 of those, I could go with like 3 empty print statements. There we go. And then I'll go with my 4th print statement. And then add a pair of quotes, paste that. Now if I run the command, I will be getting the same exact result but with like more lines of code. If you guys want to save time and save lines of code, you can use the /n. With that said, this is basically it for the print statements video. I know print statements are pretty easy. Although there are a few beginners. When I started learning programming, guys, I did kind of struggle with this. Yes, I did. I know that sounds pretty impossible to believe. That said, if you guys enjoyed this video or like found it educational / helpful, make sure to like, share, subscribe, like it up to my algorithm, share it, makes me smile, and subscribing is like a cherry on top. And guys, this is my first ever tutorial video, so I'm not that good with it, so bear with me. Later in the future, when I get much better in this, once I become a professional teacher, guys, I do want to teach you guys. That said, once I become real good with teaching, I am going to be making better tutorial videos. That said, I'll catch you guys in the next live stream or video. Peace!